You're watching KCTV English News. I'm Angel Kim. The number of patients confirmed with the COVID-19 virus in Korea is gradually increasing, but the Jeju has concluded that there is no further transmission in the Jeju region. Bae Jong-myeon, the head of Jeju Island's infectious disease support group, held a press briefing on the 13th where he announced the conclusion to their investigation. The group had increased the scope of the case review process as of the 7th to monitor patients with early symptoms of the virus within the province. He explained that all the suspected patients in Jeju were tested negative, so it has been concluded that there is no community transmission. The provincial government is reviewing whether to resume events and festivals that have been canceled or postponed due to the spread of COVID-19. The province cited Seoul's announcement that public gatherings do not have to be canceled due to the virus, so discussions are underway on the island of whether to resume local events. Events that have already been canceled will be determined whether they can be rescheduled according to Seoul's new guidelines and in cooperation with event organizers. A total of 80 events have been canceled or postponed in Jeju due to the COVID-19 crisis. The consultative body has been launched to help the island overcome the economic crisis caused by the COVID-19 virus. The launching ceremony was held on the morning of the 13th, which was attended by Governor Won Hee-ryong, Provincial Council Chairman Kim Tae-seok, and Chairman of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry Kim Dae-hyung. In a joint resolution, the body agreed to help minimize the impact of COVID-19 by working together to overcome the regional economic crisis and further advance the Jeju economy. The consultative body plans to prepare short-term emergency support measures as well as identify sustainable economic measures for long-term growth. The Jeju April 3rd Commemorative Project Committee issued a statement saying that the provisional session of the National Assembly in February is the last chance to address the 20th National Assembly bill. The committee demanded both the ruling and opposition parties to not neglect the Jeju April 3rd Special Act. In the statement, the Democratic Party of Korea was called out for only engaging in finger-pointing and was urged to instead begin measures to process the amendment. The Liberty Korea Party was also admonished for being too passive on the issue. The committee petitioned Jeju candidates running for general elections to resolve the demand for the amendment under a joint resolution. We hope to see a quick resolution on this issue. Conscientious objectors who refused to participate in mandatory military service were found not guilty of violating the military service law. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of 111 defendants who are Jehovah's Witnesses on Thursday. They were initially charged with violating the military service law. It is reported that 4 of the defendants are from Jeju Island. They will be offered an alternative service as the Military Service Act was revised in December 2019. It's Friday, which means it's another day for Film Focus. Here's Mike Laidman with some new movies available now on KCTV's video on demand service.
This weekend, it's the return of the sequel, or the curse of the sequels, or really anything about sequels. But it's important to add something about how, while very entertaining in their own right, it's so very tough to live up to their predecessors. Today, we'll be looking at Jumanji: The Next Level, the sequel to the remake of the 1995 original, released a couple of years ago to pretty darn good reviews. And then it's on to Frozen 2. An original Disney property from 2013 that was released to almost universal acclaim and some pretty fat box office numbers. And of course, with money like that being thrown around, it's really no wonder that we're getting a second swing. Welcome to another edition of Film Focus. I'm Mike Laidman. You know Jumanji, you know what's going to happen. Ever since the original, we just have to wait to see how they're going to get back into the world. And now in Jumanji: The Next Level, the characters we met a couple years ago, who were all pretty well done to be honest, are back and having to rescue one of their own. But they find that nothing is as they expect. Now our brave players will have their wits, strengths, and weaknesses tested in parts unknown and unexplored, from the arid deserts to the snowy mountains, in order to escape the world's most dangerous game. It hits just slightly lower than Welcome to the Jungle, but it's still a rollicking good ride with some great moments, lines, and plenty of silliness from some great actors. A family film that can be enjoyed by all.
My driver's test last month again.
We're not going to make it.
We're gonna make it.
I don't think we're going to make it.
We're gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
Our look at Frozen 2 is going to echo Jumanji 2 quite strongly. It's good and very watchable, and as a standalone film, it would even gain a few points. But it was always going to be tough to follow up on the original. Frozen 2 is looking to answer some nagging questions. Why was Elsa born with magical powers? The answer is calling her and threatening the Kingdom of Arendelle. Together with Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, she'll set out on a dangerous but remarkable journey. But despite Frozen 2 not quite hitting the same universal praise as its predecessor, it still has a darn lot going for it. It takes some risks in its storytelling, features brilliant detailed animation, excellent voice acting, and satisfies all round. Again, this is a family movie, and it has something to offer for everyone, which is impressive given that it must operate within a fairly set framework. Kudos to both of this week's movies for tackling new issues and offering engaging stories.
Hueri Natural Park is showcasing plum blossom flowers. Taking a look at our weather, the day will be mostly cloudy with a chance of rain in the morning. For the details, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 12 and the afternoon high 19 degrees. Down south in Seogwipo, temperatures will fall between 13 and 18. The low before lunch in Seongsan will be 12 and the high in the afternoon 18 degrees. Across the island in Kosan, a low of 12 in the morning, warming up to a high of 17 degrees. Up on the mountain at Songpanak, the morning low is at 9 degrees, topping off at 15 degrees in the afternoon. Out on the water, winds will be out of the northeast and east at a speed of 8 to 13 meters per second and waves between 1 and 2.5 meters. And here's a look at the extended forecast. Thank you for joining us today at KCTV English News. You can follow us on YouTube at KCTV E-News Jeju and on KCTV's VOD service. Have a great weekend and we'll see you again next week.